Good morning. Once again, we are live here at Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick here in Paris, Kentucky. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. We're going to talk a little bit about doing the right thing, why that's important to do the right thing every single time. So enjoy this. Hope you're having a good weekend. Okay, you guys got that done? Done? Put the phones away. Phones away. Let's get this morning going. Good morning! Good morning. I figured I would start us off with a little Despacito this morning because I know all my Spanish boys were at the Latin Festival last night. So I figured I'd just keep it rolling because they're only about 5 hours out from where they were doing some dancing, right? Right? I think, let's see, it's 8:30, 3:30. Yeah, that's about right. So keep you guys in the groove so you can get through your Saturday. All right? Looks like you can, that place looks crazy, man. Golly, it looks like a lot of fun. Okay, cool. Right now, 13 days into the month, 13 days remain in the month. You're basically at the midway point. So think about whatever number you're at. Early math, I know it's difficult, early math. Think about whatever number you're at, times 2. Okay, that's what you're pacing right now. Now, we typically sell more cars the second half of the month than we do the first half of the month. General Motors helps us with that, with certs and certificates and rebates and discounts and all kinds of stuff. Extra advertising in the back half of the month that we do on our end and on their end. Okay, so if you're thinking about where you're at, double it, that's about where you're going to end up. We as a store are sitting at right at 430 units. 430 vehicles altogether, so double that. We're pacing, 860, plus we do a little bit more in the back half of the month than we do in the front, so we should break 900, right? We should break 900. First time ever, which would be awesome. Our new cars, we're sitting at 171. Okay?
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. I agree, Roger. 171 new cars out in the first 2 weeks of this month, first 13 days. Okay, so we're pacing 341. Last month was the biggest month we'd ever had on new cars when we sold 304, and that was tremendous. Incredible. So what you guys are doing with the new cars is it's hands down, and it's just amazing. It's truly amazing. Okay, you actually give yourself a round of applause. There you go, Sam. Pat the person on next to you's back. Just go ahead and pat him on the back right now. Everybody needs a little pat in the back every once in a while. Okay. Cool. So, in the process of selling a whole lot of cars, and hopefully you're where you want to be right now. If not, hopefully you're close. I know some of you, there's a lot of you in the 12, 13, 14, 15, car range right now. I know Troy Cord, Corey Brewer, and John Hinkson are like 19, 20 right now, so they're pacing close to 40, which is awesome. But a lot of you guys you're just on a great pace, okay? So keep it up. Good. In the midst of all of that, in the midst of doing all of that, I'm getting some awesome reviews, and I got one email that I wanted to share with you guys. I'll just read it. It says, I have to give a shout out to Jimmy Williams for the superb experience I had with him while buying a new truck. I've known Jimmy for a while, so I called him on Friday to let him know I'd be coming in to see if he would be there. When I walked in on Saturday, I had my mind set on what I wanted to try and what I wanted out of my car that I was trading. Jimmy went to work for me from the very second I walked in. Heck, he treated me like I worked at the place and was part of the Dan Cummins family. Anybody taking notes? Dan Cummins family. I already had a few trucks that I had in mind and came ready with the stock numbers. Jimmy took me back with him to get the keys, locate the Chevy Silverado 1500, and then we were out to the lot to test it out. From the second I saw the truck, I fell in love with it. Jimmy had me laughing like a kid on Christmas Day, showing me all the neat features this truck had. During the test drive, he was showing me the XM radio, and he turned it to a channel I knew well, Sirius XM Fly. It wasn't Me by Shaggy. One of my favorite 2000 songs was on. I turned it up, and we belted it out while test driving this truck. When we got back, we both had tears in our eyes eyes from laughing so much. The family atmosphere at this place got me, and I love it. I took the truck for the rest of the weekend and came back on Monday to buy it. The process was smooth as butter. As soon as I got the go-ahead from the bank, Jimmy got me set up, and Tim Hendershot got me squared away and finalized. This was my second purchase at Dan Cummins, and I assure you it won't be my last. I thanked him plenty of times on Monday, but if you would, thank him again for me. I love this truck. And that's a great review. It's all about the experience, right, Jeremy? We've been talking about this lately. It's just all about the experience. I mean, Jimmy basically, he did the right thing throughout this entire, process. Greeted the customer promptly and enthusiastically, knew him, treated him like family the whole way. Brought him back to the back, showed him the key machine, made him feel like he worked here, like he was part of us. Took him out on the lot, showed him the trucks, made sure that he loved it, tuned it to his station. He put it on XM Fly. That's smart. Isn't that just smart? When you're hanging with your buddies in the car, do you guys tune it to certain music that you like? That's what you do, right? Why not do it with your customers? It's the right thing to do. Make them feel comfortable. Show them all the seat features. Have a lot of fun with them. Laugh with them. Just laugh. All right. He's going to be like, all the way up. But just laugh with them, man. Have fun with them, Have a good time. Do the right thing. Show them the car. Handle the financing. Make it smooth as butter. Give them this experience that made them feel like it was on Christmas Day. You remember how you used to feel on Christmas Day? I mean, it's just stinking awesome. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit this morning, and just everyone's always asking, like, what is the secret sauce at Dan Cummins? How are you guys selling all these cars, and how do you do everything? And so I'm just going to share the secret sauce with everybody today, including, our Facebook viewers and you guys. And basically the secret sauce is the reason we're so successful is we do the right thing, like, every time. We just do the right thing. All the time. I was talking to Paul. Paul just left. I was talking to Paul on the phone. He says, I got a customer, and he bought a vehicle. Carfax is clean. Everything's good. Doesn't look like it's ever been an accident, but for some reason, paint's kind of peeling a little bit. We've already, done some things with the deal, and so on and so forth. It's past this time, but the customer's not happy, and it's not our fault, and it's not the customer's fault. And what should we do? And I said, well, Paul, it's easy. I said, what do you mean it's easy? I said, just do the right thing. Whatever that is. Just do the right thing. Not the right thing for profits. Not the right thing that benefits the dealership but doesn't benefit the customer. But just whatever the right thing is. Just do the right thing. Every single time. Every chance that we get. I had a customer in here. She was a first-time buyer. First-time buyer made $1,600 a month. All she'd ever had on her credit was a little credit card. Just a tiny little credit card. But she had $2,500 down. She'd worked hard for 6 months. She'd been on that job for 6 months. She'd been trying to do the right thing. She was trying to do the right thing. Her dad's a great guy. Bought a lot of cars from you. So we're having a tough time getting her. We're having a tough time getting her done, right? No previous credit. I mean, she's got some cash down, but not a whole lot. 6 months on job, so on and so forth. So everybody's working hard on it. But her dad comes to me and just says, hey, she wants to buy a car. Like, can you help her buy a car? Can you find a way to help her buy a car? And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to try. So we pick up the phone, we hammer the banks, we find some incentives, we find some certs, we find some rebates, we find things we didn't know that existed. We cut here, we slice there, we dice there, we do whatever we have to do. And we get this girl in a brand new Chevy Cruze hatchback. Okay? Brand spanking new. And she's posting all over Facebook how excited she is. It's like Christmas for her. Catching the theme here? But all we did is we just did the right thing. That's all we did was we just did the right thing. I'm going to show you this right here. Actually, no, before we get into this one, I'm going to tell you another story. Here's another situation where we did the right thing. Okay? We got a Carbon 65 Corvette, right? Z06 edition. Bad car. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I know a guy that needs to be driving this car. That would be the right thing. So I grabbed him, I grabbed Jeremy, and I brought him out, and you guys know the rest of the story. He bought it, right? Okay, that was the right thing to do. We always do the right thing around here. Now, last night, my good friend Jeremy Linden went on a date with a very nice young lady. Okay, very nice, who's a friend of the dealerships as well. So I talked to her last night. Hey, just see how things go. You had a date with my boy Jeremy. How'd it go? She said he is a gentleman. He is so nice. He's phenomenal. We had a great time. We laughed all night long. And damn, he's got a badass car. That's what she told me. That's what she told me. That's what I knew, see? She said, I've never been in a Corvette before. Yeah. That's what I knew. We did the right thing when we put him in that car. We did the right thing. Because boys, believe it or not, when they say size don't matter, they're not talking about your bank account, okay? They're not. Size matters in that area. You got to bring it. All right? Big boy toys. So, we did the right thing. Awesome. Another situation. You guys are like, oh, okay. All right. Size matters in your bank account, baby. Okay, here's another situation where we did the right thing. Okay? Can you guys see the stats up there? This video that we posted less than 48 hours ago has 150,000 views. 150,000 views, 2,882 shares. It's got a couple hundred comments. Obviously, it's got the likes. And most importantly, is it's got the tears, the emotion, the heart, the feel good, and it's got God behind it, and it's just going in a sea of negativity, in a world of hate and ugly and evil and nasty and all the other stuff that's out there on the internet. This video right here is going, it's going everywhere, filling the hearts and the minds of people all over Kentucky and starting to spread. And I love it. I love it because this story is so simple. It's so simple. It's so basic. It really is. A family in need. What are you supposed to do? What do? You help them. That's simple, right? You help them. You do the right thing when you see the opportunity. Kelsey saw an opportunity to do the right thing, so she did the right thing. She brought awareness to it. Josh and Dusty saw an opportunity to do the right thing, so they did the right thing. We got them in a nice vehicle. We didn't have a meeting and we didn't come together as a board and figure out like our budget and figure out, well, if we do this, we'll have to cut here and we'll shave this. No, we just do the right thing. That's the secret sauce. We just do the right thing every single time. We just do the right thing. When you're with your customers out here, when they first show up, what's the right thing to do? What's the right thing to do?
Greet them.
Greet them. Greet them how? Enthusiastically. Why? Because they're here. Do you think they want to be here? Does anybody say, oh, all right, great. We're going to make this big plan. Let's go to the dealership for 8 hours. It's going to be awesome. It just doesn't happen, man. Okay? Dentist, car dealership. That's where we're at in the nation right now. Dentist, car dealership. And sometimes it's like this. Okay? They don't want to be here. They got to be here. They have a need. They have a need. They have a desire. Something they have to fulfill. They got a job they have to get to. They got a family they have to take care of. That's why we need these things. So when they come here, we got to greet them enthusiastically. That's the right thing to do, right? Maybe they're having a crap day. Maybe their vehicle is totaled. Maybe somebody got injured in an accident, and that's why they're having to buy another car. Who knows? So when you get here, we got to greet them enthusiastically. It's the right thing to do. Why do we have to train every day? You might know. We got to train every day because you got to be a pro for these people, right? You got to know your stuff. You got to know your stuff. You got to know your people. You got to know how to follow a sales process. You got to know your cars because it's the right thing to do. You want to be unknowledgeable. You want to look like a goon out there. Am I right? All right, so we're going to do the right thing every time. Everybody's watching the video. Look, I better take that down. We're going to do the right thing in this store every single time. We will continue to. I want you guys to continue to. I want you guys to understand that you are empowered to do the right thing. And that all of your decisions should be based on, is this the right thing to do or not? When people don't do the right thing, we will take action. You guys following me right now? When people don't do the right thing, we will take action. When people do the right things, we also will take action. Right now, we can applaud and say, congratulations to Mr. Tim Walton, who's now one of our finance people. And then we've also owed a round of applause to Mr. Austin Sipple, who is now one of our finance people. I want to touch on this real quick because we're all family, so we'll fireside chat together real quick. Is that okay? Okay, so as is in my position, in my role in this dealership, I always have to weigh a lot of different things when I make my decisions. Not only do I have to weigh how is this going to help this department, but I have to be concerned with how things will affect this department. Does that make sense? If I pull Tim off the sales floor and put him in finance, how does that affect the sales floor? And who do I put on the sales floor to fill his spot? Okay, it's not just as easy as putting somebody here or putting somebody there. Now, I also have to keep in mind not just everyone's work ethic and production, but everybody's different, right? You guys saw my one video, right? We're not the same, all equal, but not the same. And some of us are better in different areas than others. Okay? So I have to keep all those things in mind. And I know there's some disappointment in the room for some people that did not go into finance right now. But please know that for the majority of those people, the reason we didn't make that move right now is it's just not the right spot for you right now at this time in this moment. It's just not the right spot. It doesn't mean you're not qualified. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It's just not the right spot and the right time and what's best interest for the dealership. Because I will always make sure to do the right thing. Okay? Every single time. I struggled over this last week. Who's going to go where? How am I going to do what? And I'm going to be the first to tell you that I was in my car with no answers. I had no answers. I was so blindsided and shocked by this whole thing, I didn't know which way was up and which way was down. I had no answers. And so who did I go to? Who do I always go to when I have no answer? I just turned on my worship music, cruising in the car, and I just prayed, God, help me. Help me. Give me a name. Who's going to lift this dealership up on their shoulders? Who's going to make us better? Who can do it? Who's our guy that does the right thing? Who's our guy that is loyal to the brand, loyal to the company, loyal to the customer? Who's the guy that's going to take care of him and do the right thing every time? And just like a whisper, it just came in. And I literally laughed in the car. I was like, what? What? Tim Walton? The only thing I'd been thinking about Tim Walton was, God, that crazy guy is dealing with some stuff right now, right? But he came into my ear, and the more I thought about it, 6 years with the company. He's got 16 straight 100% CSI surveys right now. 16 straight. 100%. Not 95%, not 90%. They're 100%. They're perfect. Customers love him. Right out the gate, love him. He's Corvette authority. He can learn. He's skilled. He knows his stuff. He's been around the finance department and the way we do things at this dealership for a really, really, really long time. He's the best person for the position right here, right now, today. Hands down. Hands down. And so it's the right thing to do. And that's what we're going to continue to do here at the dealership. And that's what I'm going to ask you guys to continue to do here at the dealership. If you're ever in a position, Troy yesterday was fired up at the desk. He was fired up at the desk. I don't know all the details, but I do know that Troy was fighting for a car deal. He was fighting for a car deal, and he was fighting with another member of management, and they just probably had some miscommunication because it happens around here. But he came into my office later, and he said, Glenn, I'm so sorry. And before he finished saying sorry, I said, do not apologize to me ever for fighting for a car deal, man. Don't apologize for me for trying to do the right thing. Sometimes we'll butt heads, sometimes we'll disagree, sometimes it might not make sense for the store, but if you're fighting for the right thing, you're doing the right thing. Make sense? We've got 67 appointments right now for today. Thank you to Megan and the BDC. Everything is set up there. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's 80-something degrees, right? Low 80s, I think. It's going to be a beautiful day outside. All right? Beautiful. We're making waves. We're moving forward. People are watching us. People care about us. He just brought me a crazy text message that apparently one of his customers was actually a GM of a Honda dealership that was just in here wanting to check us out and see how we do things with our BDC. So watch out for that. He did apologize for wasting your time. Yeah, thanks. But everybody's watching us. We got to continue to make the right decisions. We got to continue to do the right thing and just continue to be who we are. Okay? So let's stand up. Let's tell everybody why we're here, who we are, and what we do. Bobby, why are we here? On a mission. That's right.
Stigmas associated with the car business. I can do this by making people feel special, feel important, feel like they're important. I will offer an experience that will exceed my customers' expectations today, tomorrow, and in the future. I will not just sell cars, I will create things.
Yo, hey, whatever business you're in, wherever you're at out there, I'm telling you, everyone wants to know what is Dan Cummins' secret sauce, and that's all it is. We simply do the right thing every single time. We get bad reviews online, we call those customers, we figure it out, man. We figure it out. We don't have a big board, we don't have big meetings to decide what's most profitable, what's most beneficial for the dealership. It's all about doing the right thing every time. Every single time. We promote from within to make sure to do the right thing every single time. We take care of our people, make sure to do the right thing every single time. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope that you can go out into the world and just do the right thing every single time. Just do the right thing, whether it makes sense or not. You'll see it's so incredibly rewarding in the end. All right? So have a great weekend. Thank you, Ollie Taylor. Good to see you this morning. Ollie's still tuning in from retirement. I love it. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you around.